Hey, this is Sadan, and welcome to the Week 1 battle of the YCL YouTube Challenges League. This week we'll be facing the Cerulean City Mewtwo's uh, and their coach, LukeHarry. Um, we faced LukeHarry once before in Season 1. He was the final match of our regular season. Um, and we managed to come up on top on that occasion. So hopefully we can replicate that and get a good start to week 1. So before we get into his team and what my build is, as such, the YouTube Challenges League is conceived of all YouTubers, and I urge you to check out my opponent's channel. He does a lot more Pokemon stuff than I do. He does some TCG stuff. He runs his own league. Does commentary for his own league. So yeah, check him out. The link to his channel and hopefully his side of the battle will be in the description below. As such, also in the description there should be timestamps for each section hit there. My analysis of his team, my team builder, and the battle itself, so you can skip ahead to whatever part you want to see. But let's get to his team. So this is full roster, and as you can see, those first two picks, a great call there, Dracovish and Hippowdon. Dracovish is Hippowdon provides the Sandstream. Dracovish has that Sand Rush ability, and the fact that because he has that Sand Rush ability, because it's Dracovish, he has the signature, well, not exactly signature move, but because I think Octavish has it as well. But Fishious Rend, which doubles power if you move first. Obviously, with Sand Rush, you've got twice speed, so you're more likely to attack first. So, yeah, that could do heaps of damage. Hippowdon itself is just a great Pokemon, defensive. Defensively, and with some special defense investment, it is actually really bulky on either side. That said, he also has some really good Pokemons. Whimsicott is a great Pokemon. I personally I like it myself. It is a Pokemon that it's a championship winning Pokemon for the YCL. It's got Mew, which is one of the most versatile Pokemons in the game. And Arcanine's good. Miltank is also like a great support Pokemon. Kling Klang, I think he got it really cheap. It's a 20-point Pokemon, and I think that was pretty good. The rest of the team, there's not really much to say for the rest of the team. I think Golbat is good. Dottler, I'm not 100% sure. It's pretty defensive. It's pretty bulky, but I think it doesn't pressure opponents very well. Amolga's, I guess it's a fast electric, but I've never seen it done well, used well in draft leagues. I've never seen a team, go super deep with it. I think Lucas had it last season, and he managed to get to the second round finals. So, no, sorry, first round playoffs. So that's his team. What I expect him to bring, the ones I expect is Hippowdon and Dracovish. That too, I think once he gets Sandstream up and then the Sand Rush, the Fishious Rends can do tons of damage. However, I'm not 100% sure he will use Sand Rush. I think with Sand Rush, you're forced to use a Choice Band, and I think even with Choice Band Sand Rush, there is that noticeable drop in damage, which can be a little bit the drop in damage is too large. I think you need Strong Jaws and you need Choice Band Otherwise, you go Life Orb. Although outside of those two sets, I feel like you're not just the damage output is just so manageable. I'm not going to say it's low, but it's manageable. Um, but I do think like might as well have the Powder and Regulish. They're great. I do expect to bring Mew, but I have no idea what the set's going to be. I expect it to be more offensive, just because I think he doesn't have a lot of offensive options. Arcanine, I think, is another Pokemon he could bring. Again, I think it'll be an offensive Arcanine. Defensively, on the Sandstream, it's just not good. Unfortunately, it's healing. You can't recover. Well, it can recover, but it will be at quarter health under sand, so it's not great. Miltank is also, I think, a Pokemon you could bring. Because it's just a Pokemon that could, you know, force my Tapu Lele to play a certain way. And Kling Clang is the other Pokemon I expect him to bring, because, you know, I got Tapu Lele. You probably want a Steel type in there to, you know, at least threaten Tapu Lele. So those are the Pokemon I think I expect him to bring. So as such, my team will consist of firstly Heatran. I actually had a different Heatran set before, and it's funny enough because my opponent and I, we had a time. We set a time for when we were going to battle, but then something came up for him. We had to we can't postpone, but if we actually had that battle at that time, this was a different Heatran set. This is actually the second time I'm recording this. But this time because I changed another Pokemon and changed that from a defensive to offensive Pokemon, so Heatran became more offensive to defensive. Lava Plume, you know, it's a good damaging move that can have a good chance of burning, kind of like Scald with the fire type version of it. Toxic, just so I can, you know, status a lot of Pokemons. And especially it's the Mew that I want status with Heatran because of the synchronizability. Heatran doesn't get poisoned from the Toxic, so that'll help. Protect is something I expect Dracovish to come in on Heatran a lot. Protect will allow him to scout the move and then act accordingly. Stealth Rocks is just there so I could set up rocks. Yeah, I used to have it on Celebi, but yeah, when Celebi became more offensive, Heatran became the Stealth Rocket. So I guess I just suggest that I'm using Celebi first. I gave a Rocky Helm because even though I don't expect him to bring Whimsicott, I think Whimsicott is, if he does bring Whimsicott, it's got a U-turn a lot, I think, and so I want to punish that. On that fact, also, I think, just his physical attackers, just, you know, punishing those with the Rocky Helm. I have with a defensive set, so 252 HP and 164 plus defense. 92 speed is there to ensure that I definitely outspeed Powdon. Last season, I had this. I used a Jellicent and I outsped Milotic. I put a lot of speed investment to outspeed Milotic, and I can imagine him doing the same with a Powdon to do that with Heatran. As like a poetic justice against me, I guess. But I think it's a smart idea as well. To actually, you know what? This is actually. I just realized this is probably a stupid speed. I should go. I've only gone 8. Is speed creep, min speed, 8 rand. So yeah, I should have speed creep. I should have speed creep. Powder speed creeping, min speed Heatran. So yeah, well, that's too late. That's the set I'm plan to use. So for my next Pokemon is, like I said before, Celebi. I did switch this up dramatically. It used to be a more defensive, well, like Rock Setter with Giga Drain and all that. But no, I decided I'm gonna make Celebi my Wall Breaker. So I gave it Life Orb, Nasty Plot, Recover, Psychic, Shadow Ball. Psychic's gonna hit everything pretty hard, except his Psychic Resist. There's just Mew, Dottler, Kling Clang, and was one more. Oh, Sableye, which is Psychic Immune. The rest, well, those could get hit pretty hard with Shadow Ball. So, yeah, those are the two moves I really only need. 220 plus speed. That means that is that's to speed creep. Mew speed creeping my base 95 Pokemon. What is my base speed? What my team has base 95 speed? I don't remember now. Let me just double check. My team has Tapu Lele, that's it. So I expect Mew to speed creep Tapu Lele, and then I'm speed creeping that speed creep. Yeah, 252 special attack, 36 HP. Yep, that's the that's pretty simple. For my third Pokemon, this is gonna be my Dracovish answer, Vaporeon. Funny enough, I actually thought a different coach had Vaporeon. Oh no, they had Dracovish, and that coach was in the other division. So I didn't actually think that I needed Dracovish counter, but I lucked out that I wanted Vaporeon, and it just happens to know what absorb. So, yeah, I got lucky there. That said, it's your standard Vaporeon set. Bold, max HP, max defense, water absorb, life, leftovers, Scald, Wish, Protect, Flip Turn. There's simple set. There's nothing more to say, really. So, I guess defensively it could also check Arcanine and Hippowdon. Hippowdon probably could do a lot of damage to it. Arcanine, I think Wild Charge does about 45%. So it won't kill unless he crits, but we'll see. For my fourth Pokemon, I went with Noivern. I suspect Noivern's the fastest Pokemon available in this whole match, and I intend to exploit it. Him having his me expecting Whimsicott not coming means that I think Noivern will be powerful. At the same time, I think Kling Clang will struggle against Noivern. So I think having this fast dragon type that can just throw Draco Meteor is going to be super useful. Even though I didn't expect Whimsicott to come, I'm not going to be foolish and not try to outspeed Whimsicott, because if it does come, I will be I will regret it. So 232 speed ensures I outspeed Whimsicott. 252 special attack for maximum damage. Heavy duty boots because I don't want to get hit hard with stealth rocks. Funny enough, I am not going to I'm not using defog. I am just going to go offensively hard, and hopefully the hazards not going to be too much of an issue. Yeah, so Draco Meteor for just general damage. His Dragon resists all weak to fire, so Flamethrower, U-turn for momentum, boost, keep healthy. Pretty simple build. For my fifth Pokemon, I went with Scrafty. I think Scrafty is my best answer to Mew. For some reason, the item is not in there, but it's a Roselli Berry. I gave Scrafty a Roselli Berry. So I at least take a fairy type move. Max special defense, max HP ensures I get down. I can survive special attacks hits well. Um, I say Mew counter, but I think it's just general special attackers, with the exception of maybe Whimsicott. Um, I did go with a rest bulk up set because this potentially could be a Pokemon that I can sweep with, or Wall Break with at least. So that's why knock off, Drain Punch, just as two stabs, hits everything pretty much neutrally except for Whimsicott. So yeah, that's the that's the Scruffies. It's not a most complex set, but I think it'll do. And lastly, Tapu Lele. Um, I initially had this as a Specs Tapu Lele, but I think I had a Specs Tapu Lele, but then I decided to go with Scarf. I just want to make sure that I initially had Tapu Lele as like a wall breaker, but I think that required me to try to like do a lot of prediction, and I'm not that confident with Tapu Lele yet, so I give it a choice scarf, focus its role to be more of a cleaner, and do work through that. Once I get a little bit more confident with Tapu Lele, I can focus on the wall breaking sides better. So with that said, I think it still hits hard with the choice scarf. The psychic sun, psychic terrain is do tons of damage. I did 192 speed. That should outspeed his. What was I trying to outspeed? I believe I would have outspeed his Kling or Whimsicott. It's either Whimsicott or Kling or Choice Scarfed Dracovish. And I'm just gonna go with Choice Scarfed Dracovish because I really don't remember why I did the 192 speed. 252 attack, special attack for maximum damage, 64 EVs and HP for just bulk. In terms of my attacks, like psychic if I can. However, there is switch-ins. If he has Mew, Shadow Ball, Dottler, Shadow Ball, Clang, Focus Blast is probably better. Moonblast just for general, but what's effective against Dracovish. So yeah, that's my team. So let's get to the battle. Hey, and here's the battle. Unfortunately, during the battle, the DC and it was the DC was the issue was on my end, and we could not get past like the DC. We tried a few times after I DC'd, but I DC'd again. And honestly, it was frustrating for both of us. I actually thought a little bit of maybe just forwarding, but he does. We did decide to go down instead. I know this is a Wi-Fi league. I honestly I would prefer to have done Wi-Fi. I would have suggested timer, but in the middle game was there was some stall tactics going on in the middle game, and I didn't really want it to because of that. Because by the time we get past that point, it would have been. I think we wouldn't have much time left, to be honest. uh, yeah. So that is why we showdown. As such, I didn't record my commentary whilst playing. I'll do a post call. I'll probably tell you when the DC happened and let's just go through. Put this slow. Okay, so turn one, I went nasty plot. Well, I led the Celebi and nasty plotted. I wanted to get my wall breaking in as fast as possible. Now, obviously he did paralyze me, but I wasn't concerned about that. So I went with my Psychic, then followed by Shadow Ball, obviously. Wanted to do super effective damage. I was surprised it actually survived. And I honestly misclicked on turn 3. I wanted to do Psychic, but I knew it would kill Faint Gotler. But yeah, I don't know whether it would have fainted Emolga, but yeah, that's it, I guess. At this point, it's kind of a little bit of a slow game, I think. We just we traded off items, I guess, and he did knock off my Rocky Helm off. At this point, I clicked Lava Plume, hoping he'd get Draco Vision and I would burn it, but then in Miltank, didn't get burnt, doesn't matter. So I sent Noivern, because I thought I could just do some special damage, Draco, but I got hit by Underwave. Sucked. I clicked Draco anyway, switched Dotler, he sacks it, and yeah, that's the first casualty of the match. He sends in Dracovish, and I think he does something I didn't expect. He's Super Fang. At this point, I was like, okay, I need to consolidate my wall. I need to get HP back. But I knew I didn't want to stay on Mew, so I was just like, I thought to myself, I'll protect. Yep. No. One leftovers damage up and leftovers HP up, and yeah, he blocked me. And on top of that, he skill swapped me, so he gets to water absorb, and I can't get out now. My Vaporeon is trapped. He safeguards. Now I think during the actual match, I did a wish there, but because I knew what was coming next, the Toxic, I didn't do it for this showdown match. There's nothing my Vaporeon could do, and this is part of the reason why I didn't wanted to go timeout. This takes a while on the actual game. So it's, yeah, I'm just dying from Toxic. Yeah. At this point, I used the time to, think about what I could do. Mew, at this point, I thought Mew was going to be offensive based on his team. Miltank, Musikarp, and Mulga. I'm like, if Mew's not offensive, that means Dracovish is his only offensive threat. So, I'm actually I'm okay with this position. It's frustrating that I lose Vaporeon, and it's even more frustrating that it's through this Toxic. I feel like if he blocked and skill swapped alone, that would have been enough. He could have had like 2 attacks there. But he went with the Toxic. So I went Tapu Lele, and I made a mistake. I did Psychic instead of Shadow Ball. And instead of swapping out, I actually thought he would swap out and I'll just catch him out on the Psychic, but he blocks me. And yeah, this is just losing now. I sacrificed Tapu Lele for no reason now. Obviously, in the match I did get 1 crit. In this, I ended up getting 2, but it ended up being the same amount of Psychics I needed to faint Mew. So it took me, it was 5 Psychics altogether. And I am going to pause it here. This is kind of at the point at which the DC happened. Well, no, it happens 2 turns later. So, oh well, you know what? So at this point, I'm not in the best position. And I think this is when the DC. I'm not in the best position. However, I wouldn't say I was in. I was on the back foot, but I I do have an idea on how to win. I have Tapu Lele. I know and get in psychic terrain and just psychic. Um, it's choice scarf. I knew based on the HP. I actually thought no, I based on HP I could get one psychic in. Ultimately, I ended up getting two, but my path to victory I knew was get psychic terrain up and then have Celebi uh beat out his team with its stab psychic boosted by psychic terrain. So I knew I needed to get Emolga and Whimsicott out. At the same time, we discussed it a little bit after. My opponent was understandably frustrated with the fact that this DC happened. He, like I said, I was on the back foot, and he knew it. He knew I was on the back foot. He thought, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he thinks that I purposely, like, no, none of this. I didn't purposely disconnect or something like that. It was purely accidental. But he was on the front foot. He had a clear path of winning. Just get Dracovish in, Vicious Rend. That's all he needed to do. So he knew he had a path to victory. So all he had to do was somehow get Celebi in with paralyzed, because Celebi is faster. So that's his end goal. So the end game is basically just how we were gonna consolidate our plan. So my plan: get the Miraida Mulga, get rid of Whimsicott, and then I can then use Tapu Lele to how do I say, lay the foundations for Celebi's offense. So so if we continue the match, he knocks off. I'm not sure why I did that. I think he just wanted a quick back in. I knock off because it's the best move I have. I think Drain Punch does less, so I get Heat Ran in, and he gets a Stun Spore, which is okay, I think. If I end up full para, I think that's when something would have happened. But Heat Ran already is the slowest Pokemon in this whole, except for Scrafty. Heat Ran is the slowest Pokemon, so I wasn't too concerned about the speed drop. It was slower than every single of those other Pokemon anyway, so yeah, well, wasn't too concerned about that. Safeguard didn't really matter. I did go with Lava Plume, hoping to get a burn, maybe because he was trying to get Dracovish back in, just opportunity. And he predicted a double. So I got Noivern in, and I just let him take Noivern. It's too risky to otherwise, so I sent in Celebi. I'm faster, so I know Fishy's Rend won't do enough damage, and I go for a Psychic. At this point, I decided, look, I can't. Miltank is not my issue, so I needed to keep Celebi healthy. So I decided to recover. On top of that, I decided Nasty Plot. I knew that at least I can threaten switch whatever switching he has. And so I decided to go with Psychic. And yeah, I get Emolga easy. So that's one down. Dracovish, this is the position he needed, right? Me, Celebi paralyzed. So I just switch into Scrafty with Leech Life. Predicted, trying to predict, yeah. But and I switch to Scrafty, which is safe, I guess. I Drain Punch, hoping to get some HP back. The Heat Ran was, that's my switch into Whimsicott. And it does give me an opportunity, if I Lava Plume, but I just Stealth Rock at that point. But if Lava Plume could burn, that would have been useful. I protected to scat the move, and yep, and then Scrafty, because he's sackable for me. At this point now, I am faster. I'm not the paralyzed state Celebi, so I decided to just Psychic because I knew I could Oko. I could feint Whimsicott at that point, and I could probably 2-hit. I thought I could 2-hit, but based on that first damage, I didn't think so after, so I nasty plotted. He goes for Milk Drink, and I go for a Psychic. That para really hurt, I'm gonna be honest. I was afraid. Luckily, a second Psychic does hit and takes down Whimsicott. So we're in this position that I knew I needed. I got rid of his two faster Pokemon, two Pokemon faster than Celebi. I just need to get Tapu Lele in, and so I sacked Tifa. And there we go. So this is my end game. Tapu Lele in, and I went with, I just clicked Psychic, because why not? And I thought that was over. Like, I thought, well, it wasn't over, but I thought Tapu Lele was going to faint at that point. But Tapu Lele managed to get 2 Psychics in. Super helpful for me. And yeah, so Celebi's in 76. Psychic boosted. Terrain boosted. Psychic cleans it up for me. So yeah. So that is the match. This is obviously, I think, a little bit, I do apologize. The DC is my fault. I will try to figure out why my the land play kept failing. Why it kept failing throughout the week. I'll try to figure it out by next week. Hopefully, get back to just some Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi form back. But this is the best we could do at the time. I also was struggling to get my. I was struggling with time, basically. I had other matches lined up, and I have real life things to do. Funny enough, actually, I have to re-record the the team builder because I actually changed the Celebi set to this specific set right before. So yeah, so I got to do that. But I take a win, the first week win, which is used to be a rare occurrence for me, but now is being very common. I think I haven't lost my last 5 first round matches. So yeah, I think I've turned around my luck with first rounds. So yeah, overall I was okay with the battle. I'm not too happy how I used Tapu Lele. Should have Shadow Balled when I was on Mew. I don't know why. I do know why I was Psychic, because I thought he would just switch Mew out, because Mew does not threaten Tapu Lele at all. But I'm the idiot that left it in, let it get toxic, then blocked. Yeah. And then obviously Tapu Lele had to be more of a support Pokemon, because yeah, I just needed the Psychic Terrain there so Celebi can do its job. Luckily I did start to swap to a more offensive Celebi. Because I was thinking my old set was a little bit too passive, but yeah, I think that's what ended up being my opponent's downfall. Passivity. Yeah, so hopefully next week we can get a cleaner win. This was not the best win. Lots more I can improve on. Yeah, but I've got a really tough opponent next week. We've got the season 1 runner-up, the Immunity Idols, and their team is it has some big threats there, so I have to be concerned. But hopefully we can, overcome it and, like I said, take the win. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different, but if you did, I really appreciate a like. Otherwise, if you want to keep up with my run through the YCL Season 2, best thing to do is to subscribe to the channel. Next week, we're facing the immunity idol, so until then, hope you guys have a great day, and see ya.